President Trump saying he's going to hit China with an additional 50% tariff if the country doesn't stand down from its 34% retaliatory tariff now on the U.S. Investors trying to figure out what comes next. Joining us right now, one of those people trying to figure out what comes next, Libby Cantrill. She's PIMCO's managing director and head of public policy. So what does come next, and what do you make of the market move this morning?
Yeah, we were just talking about that. Maybe a little bit of optimism that, this is not going to be as sort of bad as people expected, that maybe there is going to be some room for negotiation. And that's been our view all along. We sort of characterize this glibly as kind of transaction man and tariff man, and there will be sort of tension between the two. And then, B, I think that there probably is maybe some optimism that he doesn't go through with these more punitive tariffs tomorrow. My own view, I don't think that's warranted. I think he is absolutely determined on putting these higher levels on these individualized countries. And we can argue about kind of the tariff rate that he is using. But I think what I have found is our clients sort of dismiss or maybe underestimate just the deep-seated ideology that underpins these threats. I mean, President Trump has believed this. He said this in the Oval Office yesterday. We've been talking to the clients.
Okay, so if you're right, though, if we're all sitting together in 6 months from now, what does this all look like to you?
Yes, I think that is what we are trying to guide our clients to. What is sort of the ultimate destination? It may not be 6 months. It may be 2 years. But in terms of the ultimate destination, we think the baseline tariff, the 10% baseline tariff is here to stay. That is something that President Trump ran on. He believes on. It is also, if you really do want to kind of rebalance trade, a universal tariff arguably is a more effective way of doing that, if that is your ultimate goal. And then these sort of sectoral tariffs, the 232 tariffs on autos, on aluminum, on pharma, on chips, we think those are likely here to stay. And then all of this thing around the edges, which I know are big around the edges, will be subject to negotiation. The higher tariffs on China are likely to stay as well. So the end game is going to be a much higher tariff rate, effective tariff rate.
But let's walk through a different issue, which is you're a business leader today, watching this broadcast, trying to figure out, you manufacture goods or do business internationally, and you're saying to yourself, okay, these new rates are here. 10% is here forever, and maybe I'm in pharma or I'm in something else that actually is going to be tariffed in a more meaningful way. Are you saying to yourself, I'm bringing this business back to the U.S. and I'm going to invest here? Are you saying I'm going to move it from China to India because at least the rate may be lower and I don't need to worry about? Or are you going to say, you know what, I'm going to watch all this play out. I'm going to see what happens with all of this. I don't know if the courts are going to stop this from happening. I don't know if Congress is going to. I don't know if the midterms are going to stop this from happening. I don't know if 3 years from now there'll be a new president and they're just going to get. What, do you say I'm just going to sit here and get my popcorn out, and if it costs me a little bit of money over the next couple of years and I'm wrong, maybe that's a better bet. I don't know.
Much closer to 4 years than 3 years. I know wishfully you're rounding down, but it's only
I would say, Andrew, I would say all of the above.
Yeah, but you'll know who the next, maybe you won't know who the next president is. But
I might say all of the above.
I know who it's going to be. It's going to be Trump.
I think just, and I'm not going to sort of speak for business leaders because we're not in that sort of unenviable position.
But a little bit of it has to be a bet on what they do, because if they sit on their hands for the next 3 years and basically say, no mas, I'm not doing anything, I'm just going to watch and wait.
I don't think it's 3 years, right?
That unto itself is a problem.
No, and I think, it sounds so trite, but I think it's the uncertainty around this that has been, I think, the most sort of deleterious from a investor perspective, from a business perspective. And so if we can get some more rules of the road, just in terms of direction of travel, and I think we're going to get more of that over the next maybe few weeks, few months, but I don't think it's going to maybe come as quickly as people
if everything is a negotiation, then keeping everybody guessing is part of the plan, and maybe that never changes. Maybe that is the rules of the road are look out, there's a lot of potholes.
Yeah, and from an investor perspective, maybe you just start pricing in that risk premium sort of going forward. Yeah. So there's going to always be this sort of uncertainty, trade policy premium.
Not just trade policy, I would
price
say
the market.
About anything.
Yeah, well, exactly. And so maybe this just becomes sort of part of a risk premium just in general. And I think the markets can all digest that. It's just
and by the way, I should say there have been some real things that Trump has won through those tactics with negotiation. But the downside is this lack of certainty for businesses. And what does that mean from an investment perspective?
Yeah, no, well, I think that's exactly what they're trying to digest. So, our clients are looking for any sort of signals, if you will. I think the USTR Ambassador Greer is going to be testifying today at 10 a.m. on Senate Finance. This will probably be the most watched Senate Finance USTR committee hearing ever, because I think the markets are really looking for, again, kind of guardrails, and he likely will try to provide some framework. But again, I think there is going to be a lot of uncertainty regardless. It's just a question of sort of degrees, and again, trying to get some sort of framework around that uncertainty.